Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So this message is going to be about a dream that I had. And in this dream, I remember every time, I don't want to say this person, but I'm going to just say they or people, right? Because I don't really remember who exactly what it was, like a male or female, or it was a bunch of them. But I remember every time they would like bring up something and say if it wasn't of God or whatever like that, I'd be like, oh no, I can't talk about that, or I don't know about that, or I'm not partaking in that. Or like they were bringing something else and I'd be like, oh no, 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 no. And it wasn't like I was sitting down at a table, but it almost felt like that, like an interrogation. Like I'm sitting down at a table and I'm like, no, no, well, this, and this is like every what I really wanted to say, what the title was, the enemy's plans is not going as planned because you keep interfering. So they keep like asking you to do something or bringing something up to you and you're like, oh no, 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 I don't know anything about that, or I don't want to talk about that. Oh, that's not of God, I don't partake in that. And it's messing up their plans because they're trying to control you or manipulate you. And in order for them to be able to control you, you have to follow them. You have to follow someone into the darkness for them to even control you. You know what I'm saying? So, because usually when people is controlling you, it's not of the light, it's usually of the darkness. Okay. But so I know that they were getting frustrated. And I only say this now because during the time of the dream, it was no frustration shown. But I just seen where I kept saying like, no, and this is the right way. Oh, we can't do that. Nope, we're not doing that. We're doing this. We're doing it this way. And oh, no, I can't partake in that. Like it was stuff like that, y'all. And I know now they're upset because they couldn't get me to just conform or me to just go with whatever they said or whatever they was showing me. It was like I was really examining everything that they were saying or that they was bringing to me. And I was like, oh, no, I don't think this don't sit right with my spirit. I can't do that. Or like if they was trying to do like spell work rituals and stuff, I'm like, oh, no, this is witchcraft. Like this is not good. Like this is not it. Like so their plans is not working. Okay. It's not working because you're aware. So if you're aware, you can't be controlled. People that don't have a true understanding, those are the ones that's controlled and mind manipulated and all of that. But the fact that you are one to ask questions, one to speak out when something doesn't sit right with you, the plan is not working. And you know how the enemy is. When they really, 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 really need you to do something, they're the sweetest person ever. And this is why I said they wasn't showing me frustration. I know they're frustrated now that I'm up and the dream is over. But during that time, they were still trying to be like nice, like showing nice gestures or keeping their composure because they didn't want me to see them, I guess, for who they really was. So they was trying to keep this act on that they were just nice and they really cared or whatever was going on. And again, I wasn't sitting down in the interrogation room, but that's just how it feels when I'm talking about the dream back. Okay. But yeah, it was just like they just kept, because honestly, it felt like more like I was moving to different places. And I was like, oh, no, I can't stay here. This is not it. But now speaking on it, it feels like I was just sitting down. But I wasn't really just sitting down. I remember moving to different places sometimes. But for the majority of it, I was just sitting down and I would just speak back and say stuff to these people. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. No, I can't do that. Oh, no, 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 no. Like it was a whole bunch of no's. I was saying no to a whole bunch of things. And again, I don't know if this is confirmation for somebody or this resonates with y'all or maybe you guys had a similar dream. This could be past, present, or future. All right. This don't have to be for right now. But what I got from that and what I believe God wants me to share with y'all is that who this is for, you cannot be like manipulated and controlled. You're too smart. You done got to a point where like, if it don't look right, it don't look right. Like not taking chances on something. And you're just like, oh, you sure about that? Like, cause like growing up, when you ask a lot of questions, people try to tell you to shut up. And I could see that was a tactic that a lot of like narcissists, they like to use. They don't want you to ask questions. They don't want you to be curious. They don't want you to ask them anything. Even if you're curious about God. Okay, you could grow up in a whole church. They don't want you questioning nothing. asking this, asking that, asking this. And that's how you know it ain't right, because the Holy Word is here for us to understand and for us to read and dissect. So if you're asking questions and someone can't actually explain answers to you or give you a real description of it, that's a red flag to me. Either they don't know they damn selves, okay, excuse me, or they don't want you to know something. So they trying to hide or keep this information from you. So in this dream, like I said, you could, before I say in this dream, you could have been someone where you didn't always speak up or ask these questions because maybe people got mad at you because you was talking too much or you was asking too much. They like, you too curious, boy, just do it, just do it. They just wanted you to just follow whatever it is that they was telling you to do. Or you could be the opposite, where you always ask questions and you just needed to make sure you knew exactly what it was that you was going, putting yourself into, whatever the situation is. Okay, so it could be two different scenarios. Okay, it could be some of y'all who's the type where you couldn't ask too many questions because you'll get beat for it, or you'll get cussed out. Like, stop asking so many questions, just eat it, or just do what I said. Like, I'm your mom, or I'm your dad, I'm your grandparent. And then some of y'all, you ain't care. You was just asking questions. You wanted to really learn. I feel like you were actually really curious about it, and you really just wanted to understand what was in your face. And in this dream, though, I was very much like that. Like, you sure? Like, questioning everything, not just believing what they're saying, not just doing what they want me to do. It was that type of vibe. So going into 2025, I'm getting that a lot of people are able to speak out more and say, like, no, I'm not going for that. Yes, this is what I believe in, but I don't believe in that. I'm not doing that. Nope, you're not getting me to do that. Nope, negative. Like, I feel like 2025 is a year of people really, like, setting boundaries and having standards and saying, listen, I'm not going for that. Sorry. It's not happening. No. Because it was like I was so adamant on certain things when they was asking me. And again, I can't really remember the specific things that they were asking me about, to be honest, y'all. But I just knew that I was being asked to do certain things, and some things I didn't want to talk about, I didn't want to see, I didn't want to partake in, because it didn't sit right in my spirit, and or I knew that, like, it just wasn't of God, or this is something that God just didn't want me to do or partake in. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was just like, See, you got to be cautious. I don't know who's listening to me who also dream, or who, they feel like they be traveling in the spirit realm. You got to be cautious when you go through these dreams and these portals, because if you're not enlightened or hip to the fact that you're in a dream or something like that, and you don't know how to speak up or stand up for yourself, even in a dream state, you could be controlled to eat things, to do things, to partake in things, to get married, to do all types of things that you don't even realize. Because a lot of people, this is the thing, God and Jesus, they definitely communicate with us telepathically. So you will hear it in your heart, you will hear it in your mind, but you won't actually hear his voice unless God want to come through the clouds, and he can't do that because his voice is like the sound of thunder. It's so big, it's so loud, everyone would know. It wouldn't be discreet. Which is why he always had, like, Moses and them, Abraham and them, traveling so far when he was giving them messages and talking to them so they could just be them. But, or he would send his angels because he's just too mighty. You know what I'm saying? But he'll send an angel disguised as a human or whatever like that to deliver a message. But what I was saying is, if you're not hip to these things and hip to, like, witchcraft and being controlled, and, like, people making you do things in your dreams, or you not being able to stand up for yourself or speak out or release yourself from a dream, you could be in some serious things. It's important to ask God to strengthen you up even in your dream state, so that you can, like, rebuke these things, or so you won't even partake in these things, so that you won't even entertain these people. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what they're doing in the physical to try to pull this out of you in the spiritual. You just never know. And just to be cautious, you want to just make sure that you ain't saying nothing. You don't want to say too much. You say just enough that they know you believe in Jesus Christ, or, pleading the blood of Jesus over your life or whatever like that. But you don't want to be where you're not speaking out and they just got you doing things and you feeling controlled in your dreams. when you feel like you're being controlled in your dreams, that's crazy. It's like you don't have a say. You can't speak out. People are stopping you. This, and this. That's scary. That is scary. So, again, that's not for everybody. That's really not for everybody. That's very for like a specific group of y'all. Just start to pray on that and ask God to give you discernment even when you're sleeping, even when you're dreaming. Because if I had not had like discernment or was hip to the spirit realm and what people try to do in my dream state, I probably could have like said so much or partake and did so much that they were trying to get me to do. But this time it was like, I was just so adamant about like, no, why you want me to do that? I'm not doing that. I don't partake in this. Nope, that's not of God. Sorry. What you mean? And it was just like random things I'm getting, or like they were just trying to get me to talk about or care about things, and I'm like, no, I don't care about that. Like, that's, why should I care about that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just kind of like a test, trying to see if I would partake in it or be interested in it, just to kind of like, because once you're interested in these things like witchcraft and stuff like that, you open up portals to so many things. So me just not being interested, it was just blocking so much. Okay, you don't know what you're saving, what you're being protected from, and stuff like that. And but yeah, so I know this message is kind of all over the place, y'all, but what I'm really getting is that you're entering in a time, or it's 2025, and you're not going for anything. You're not about to be controlled and manipulated to do things to satisfy other people, or for them to get gain or success, or for them to get power. Whatever it is, it's like you're not going for it. Like, it has to make sense. It has to make sense. You're like, if it doesn't make sense, you're second guessing it. And even if you feel like you're not there yet 100%, I want you to strive to be that in 2025. If you don't know, ask questions. If it looks weird, look again. Still looks weird, ask questions. You get what I'm saying? Because this is how we get stuck or manipulated or trapped into things and doing things, because we're not asking questions. Your friend acting like a witch, she putting potions and motions together, spell it. You better ask the right questions. You better get up out of there. Okay? But that's it. I will talk to y'all later, okay? Catch y'all in my next video. Bye. Love y'all.